Travis Konechny was saying that he felt a little drained after pushing for Four Nations and then coming back, and he didn't make an excuse for it. He said it wasn't acceptable, but did admit to it. Did you feel any similar feelings when you came back, feeling a little out of energy?
I mean, I felt like I had some juice initially. I think the excitement of winning and the tournament itself, but I think not having the break, I think you saw around the league that guys struggled for a little bit after, and not surprising. You don't get that 10-day break, and you're battling against the best in the world, and it's obviously challenging. But in saying that, other people had to do it, and lessons to be had, and maybe doing things differently afterwards, whether it's with your body or just some of the resets that you can do.
When Ryan Paling referred to the leadership group, he included you in there with Travis Konechny and Sean Couturier. Is that something that you've been more involved with this season?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've been for a little bit now, kind of in that group. I think just being an older guy on this team, especially on the D-Corps, I have to kind of step up in that regard and just be a good leader on and off the ice. I think the biggest thing is letting your play dictate that, and the ability to kind of help guys out when you can. And just continue to try to take steps in that regard. I think we got a good leadership group, and not only those guys. I think outside of that, we got some good young guys that are coming up that are taking steps in that regard as well.
Overall, how would you assess your season, and what would you like to maybe do differently or bring to your game next year?
I think slow start, first couple weeks. Then I thought my game kind of really took off leading up to kind of the new year, and then had some dips along the way. Obviously went to Four Nations. Really happy with how things turned out there, and not being in the lineup to start, and then being a guy that can contribute and help the team win, I think was huge for me in my game, and meant a lot to me. Down the stretch, I think it was kind of up and down, similar to how our team kind of was, and not surprising, I guess, if I think a lot of guys were kind of in the same regard.
You're obviously part of the foundation here, signed for a long time. After the last couple of years of subtractions, how much are you looking forward to management starting to pivot, where they're adding pieces, where they're trying to build the team up and go for it? Obviously, that wasn't really the goal this year, but to truly go for a playoff spot.
Yeah, I think if you obviously where we finish this year, it's a disappointment. You don't want to be where we were at. Your goal going into the season is to make the playoffs, but I think some of those positives that came out of this season is what's exciting for the future, to be able to take those next steps. I think they see it. I think we see it. We got a lot of good pieces here that are only going to get better. Whether it's Matt Fay or Tice or Casey or Bobby or Yorkie or Jimmy, like these guys are all going to be key parts, and just continuing to move this in the right direction. And the faster we can do that, the faster we're getting help, from Danny and continuing to build this and take that next step that ultimately we want to be in the playoffs.
By making Team Canada and perform well at Four Nations, you're very much on the radar for the Olympics next year. I guess your primary focus is going to be the Flyers, but how much do you think that is going to be front and center in your mind over the next, 9-10 months?
I think with how things turned out, it's obviously going to be a focus of mine. Going to be a motivation for me in the offseason to continue to push and try and make that team. It's obviously going to be challenging, but to have the success that I did, I think it excites me and something that I want to be a part of. And that's why I'm going over to Worlds as well, is to continue that. I enjoy representing my country, and it's to be able to do it at the Olympic level would be super exciting and something that I never imagined was even a possibility a few years ago.
What are some things that you've picked up as a player from working with Bradshaw over the last few years?
Yeah, I would need a long session to kind of go over everything and some of the details that he kind of provides. In short, just some of the little things, moving my feet, especially on puck touches, having the ability to make sure that that's the first thing that I do is kind of use my legs and get skating, and the rest kind of seems to open up after that. Just overall, the whole game, the way that he sees the ice made me see it in a different light and made me make better plays, better puck decisions, more patient in certain scenarios, play quicker in certain scenarios, just understanding the game and how it's supposed to be played, and obviously very thankful for how he's kind of taken my game to that next level.
The coaching situation is obviously in a state of flux. You don't know, if he's going to be the head coach, if there's going to be a new head coach. But I guess how much would it hurt if Bradshaw, when the dust settles, if he's no longer part of this?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's meant so much to my game personally. I think a lot of guys on the D-Corps could probably say the same thing. And so, obviously, we don't know what's going to happen. Time will tell. And, in saying that, like I said, just super thankful for where he's taken my game and really enjoyed my time working with him. So it would be obviously a disappointment, if I didn't get to continue that. I think, we built a really good relationship, us two, and kind of feel like we can talk to each other about anything and kind of go over certain things, how I see it, how he sees it, have disagreements. I might see something differently than he sees it. And that's kind of what makes us, him a better coach and me a better player.
I think for us media, when they're hiring a new coach, we're kind of on our toes. We're getting ready for when it's going to come out. As a player, what's it like? Are you maybe a little closer to your phone than usual?
Obviously we don't know what's going to happen. So, time will tell, and it'll be interesting to see what happens, as it, I'm sure it is for you guys as well.
Because you're obviously one of the team leaders, and Danny's a GM who is very close to the room. Do you have the kind of relationship with him where you think he might ask you, what you think, and you don't have to tell us obviously, but what you think this team could use in a head coach?
Yeah, for sure. I think we've, obviously we have a good relationship. I've had multiple conversations with him about certain things. Not even just coaching. It's players and just kind of everything to do with this group. I think being a leader, you have to have those conversations and just kind of seeing it from both sides. And so that's, we've obviously had conversations, and we'll continue to.
A little off topic, but last night Reimer avoided a pretty nasty situation. You're an advocate for, I guess, mandatory neck protection. Talk about that a little bit. How did you see that play out?
I didn't know what had happened. I was on the ice and didn't see it. So, obviously very fortunate that it, he just got nicked. He didn't, the blade didn't come fully across. So, I think that every guy should, it's available, and it's available in a very good a material that's comfortable, and I don't see a reason why guys would feel that it affects their game playing with it. So, if it can save a life, I fully recommend that a lot of guys take advantage of it.
Can you talk a little bit about how your season was a little up and down, and do you change your maybe strategy going into the off-season in terms of preparing for next season to have a little bit more sustainability, a little bit more consistency later on, and especially if you're going to be adding all those Olympic games in?
Yeah, I train with I use the programs that the staff provides here, and so I've done that the last 2 seasons. See a lot of benefits in that. I think that they do a really good job of getting me ready for the season. So we'll have those conversations, and maybe what we can do differently. It might not even be the off season. It might be in season to start the year. Whether we add some more training on days off. during the season if I can fit them in and try and keep up with what I've done in the off season. Obviously, you can't do the exact same, but if I can kind of maintain and see how that affects over the course of the season, and if I can feel better down the stretch, and especially this season I played a lot of hockey games, so I didn't get a lot of break.